we're going to watch some videos today, some testimonials. We're going to do one today, and then we'll do a couple on Monday. I'm tying all of this in with the book that I'm reading called Building a Story Brand. And there are some rudimentary things that you have to learn how to do in order to captivate and keep your audience. So that's going to be our focus, is video this year and building your brand and how to do it and how to do it successfully. So I was out of town yesterday, so I did not have a chance today to do the stats. So let's just review where we are. On the 19th, which was Wednesday, we had 20 days of inventory. I'm going to do the stats today sometime and post them for today. And of course, I'll do them for my show tomorrow. And I have a guest, and we're going to talk about the Super Bowl. So lots of good things coming in the next, in this year with our show. Let's get right to it because it's a short video. That's the good news, right? Short and sweet. But that mortgage guy is going to give us the first testimonial, and he's going to tell you just a little bit about him and how he did it. What you need to do is to take some notes on key points that he's saying. There are some secrets to success in these couple testimonials. We're going to do one today, just like I said. The other thing I want to caution everybody, if you're going to California in the very near future, be careful that, or just know, I should say, that every restroom, are not available to people. There's a lot of the California gas stations and fast food chains and convenience stores that are not letting you use their restrooms. Now, go figure. I mean, I can go to buy something, but I can't go to the restroom. So whatever. And Starbucks yesterday was kind enough at Barstow to let us in because they were doing drive-through. And so we knocked on the door and the gal says, okay, but you have to wear a mask, go in there, make sure you wash your hands, yada, yada, yada. We did all that. They were very kind. But the door was locked and it said carry out only. So just be careful if you don't wait till the last minute to go to the restroom and go someplace where there may be 2 or 3 places to stop. We stopped last night around midnight in Victorville, and it took us 4 places till we could find a restroom. Just giving a shout out there, FYI, right, for your information. Well, let's get started. Let's do that mortgage guy, and he's going to tell us how you this whole series. It's 30 minutes. We're only going to do 10-minute clips at a time, and go round table. We've got Glennda Baker there, and we've got. Sorry, everybody. We got Zachary Foust. So in any event, we're going to get started because I could talk and talk. All right, let's go solo.
So I'm on
TikTok. By the way, we're all going to interrupt the entire time.
That's okay. So
go ahead.
Scott Betley. Scott Betley, that mortgage guy. I got on TikTok actually because of Gary Vee.
Yeah.
He was raving about the organic reach in December of 2019, and like my 15th video caught fire and had like 300,000 or 400,000 views overnight. That was when I realized it was legitimate and then took it seriously, and it has just exploded my business.
Was that the bad guy? Was that one?
No, that was actually on. That was on Facebook before, and that kind of like gave me the oomph to jump in and try it. But yeah.
But okay, so just because you got a bunch of views, does that correlate to fire, or is that like you caught a trend? I mean, did you generate business from that?
I think I generated a few leads from that post. I think, I got like 5,000 or 6,000 followers. And then that was like, I had at the time, like, I think 900 or 1,000 on Instagram. So I was like, wow, this is crazy. Mm-hmm. And it happened like that. So that was, it was totally unexpected, but it's kind of changed the course of everything as far as lead flow. I mean, the leads that we have coming in is just outrageous. We can't keep up with it.
So you mentioned a number yesterday in the video mastermind, 18,000 leads since when?
Since like May 15th.
So we're talking like in a 7-month period. So for anyone out there that's listening, that's like, what?
Yeah.
18, but are they like Facebook leads and they never convert? They convert at like 1%, right?
The conversions are pretty, so out of the 18,000 leads, I think we have 7,000 or 8,000 applications, and over 50% of them have a 640 plus credit score and assets. So the leads are as quality as they get. I mean, I've done every lead in the book, live call lead transfers, Realtor.com, everything that everyone's ever done.
Right.
And the conversions are just, it's unbelievable.
Okay, so if you didn't catch that his name is That Mortgage Guy.
Not Mortgage Guy.
Yeah.
Not Mortgage Guy.
Screw him.
He is That Mortgage Guy. But also that gives people context for the amount of leads. And of course, all the leads are coming right into Maryland, right?
So it's all over the U.S. So yeah, and that's the tough part with socials. You can't really control the location, but we have a team that we're kind of farming it out through, and
Right.
that's kind of how we're building it out. But
So Scott, when you and I talked, what now feels like, I don't know, 2-ish weeks ago or something like that, referred by a mutual friend, he was like, you got to talk to this guy. And I know people listening right now, someone's going to say, you know, the people that I see on TikTok are just outrageous. They're like, you know, they're dancing and they're doing the, you know, the stupid quote that, please don't do that. Just, what, is that bad that I actually just said that? Because there's like so many people that have done the.
hey, that's where you start.
yeah, point two.
Is that where you start?
Everyone starts.
Everyone
there.
starts on a trend.
Yeah.
I started
Okay.
there with
Okay.
Chase Rice.
I think you start with a trend and you find your niche.
Yeah.
Bingo,
That's
bingo,
true.
bingo,
Yeah.
bingo, and bingo. But my point is, I mean, I've watched enough of your TikToks to see how animated you actually can be.
Yeah.
But hanging here on the podcast, you are a mortgage guy.
Yeah, it's true. I mean,
He's like, you're looking at me like through this filter of like his FICO score is 720.
I can tell you have a great,
know, like-
I can tell you have a great credit score just from meeting you.
yeah, I mean, honestly, I have like a dry sense of humor. Like when I'm around
Really?
people, I have like anxiety and all that stuff. So it kind of plays into that. But
So you have the opposite problem most people have. You're more comfortable in front of a camera.
yeah, it's weird. Like
That's
when,
crazy.
when I'm in the room by myself, like I can do whatever I want. I'll do dances in front of hundreds of thousands of people, and then I'll get in a room yesterday and I'll fumble through my words because like my ADHD kicks in and I can't keep up with my words.
So we need to have it all be very short with Scott, like 6 seconds and then out.
Yeah, that's it.
TikTok
6 to
link is
7
under.
seconds. We're good.
You are allowed to do a little dance while you talk.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, just do a little dance while you talk. Maybe he'll
that
feel more
might help.
comfortable.
Right, that might help.
Well, we can start having captions pop above your head while you're talking during
Should I
the
just
show.
start dancing right
We
now?
can just get TikTok trending sounds playing as a
We can do
soundscape.
this.
Oh yeah, we can.
Somebody
do
needs to break out their phone. Okay, let's so Zach, early on in TikTok, you caught fire, and interesting enough, as you mentioned yesterday, you not that you moved away from it, but you've
Released
recognized
off the pedal a little bit.
Yeah. But talk about your early journey in TikTok, and then short form, and then we're gonna get to Glenda, and then we're talking like what works and what doesn't, and how to do it, and whether we're talking TikTok or Reels, right? I mean, I think it's all going to be ultimately the same, right?
Yeah, sure.
So, but give them your story.
Yeah. I got on because of a friend who found out about it in December of 2018. They had just been acquired Musically, and it
Yeah.
was 2019, I believe.
Yeah.
It was 2018 or 2019. I can't remember.
I think it was 18,
I've been on for 2.5 years, so
and that's 19.
yeah.
Or it's 18.
Yeah, because I got on about 6 months later.
Yeah, depending on when. Yeah.
So
I
he
was a little late.
all the semantics aside.
Okay.
Got on, was like, this is stupid, deleted it. About 5 months later, same exact thing happened, except about 2 weeks later, he was like, hey, would you shoot my proposal? You know, you're mutual friends of both me and the future fiance. You do video. Can you just kind of sneakily get filmed? Sure, easy, done.
Yeah.
Do it, send it to him. Next day, walk into his, he has a gym. He says, hey, that video, 60,000 views. And I was like, pardon? Where?
Say that again?
Yeah, huh? That's my video.
Yeah.
No, it's their video. I'm joking. It's all their moment. But
You mean you didn't do the proposal with like you in your car?
story time.
Look who just got married in my backseat.
But and so I was like, all right, okay, I'm going to try the TikTok thing. And it was around the same. It was about 15 videos or so. And if you scroll to the bottom, it's a bunch of randomness.
Right.
I couldn't find, and then I finally did a story time.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden people were like, oh my God. And I got like 30,000 views. I was like, okay, tried a few other things, went back to story time, like 60,000 views. I'm like, okay, I may be seeing a trend. And just kind of focused in on that niche. And that's about it.
So for context, how many followers now?
I think I'm at 716 or 717.
Okay, and how many
Somewhere around there.
followers?
1,000.
700.
Yeah, 716.
717.
Yes.
72,000.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
About 1.6 million.
Okay, so all right, GB,
Yes.
aka that real estate agent from Atlanta, Georgia. So what was the early attraction in this like short form video content? Oh, you're standing next to him?
No one's ever been attracted to me.
The Scott, I mean, no lie. We were at Elite
Yeah.
in February of 2019, and
Yep.
you played his video,
Yes.
and he had 43,000 views.
Jason did without my permission.
Well, and
I
I,
had no clue my videos were shown on the screen.
Yeah.
He pulled me aside right before he was going on stage. Said, "Hey, I'm going to talk about TikTok." was like, 3 weeks I'm sorry, 3 weeks you're making, I was like, 3 weeks you're making fun of the fact I was on TikTok. Not really, but kind of. He just wasn't really feeling it. And I was like, okay. And then like right before he's like, playing your video.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, we're there. I saw the 43,000 views. I looked at Sergio and I said, when I get back to Atlanta, I'm doing TikTok.
Yeah.
And so
Serge.
I got back to Atlanta and I tried to do the Zoom in. I tried to do it myself. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. And I was just
Who would do that? Yeah.
And then I did I did the this.
Yes, I know. I'm just bugging.
What's your name?
Yep.
And then I was like, this is not going to work for me. This is just not going to work for me. So
Why? Why were you thinking that?
Because I'm old. I was
You
thinking,
you were old. You got younger since this?
obviously.
Yes.
She's famous now. What are you talking about?
Forget NAD drips. It's just all about TikTok. That's what we age down to now. Like that's the way to do it.
Vent to a camera for 11 hours.
But I called a videographer and it was in February. So I got back February 6th.
Yep.
And I talked to a videographer and I was like, how much is this going to cost me? And he told me, I was like, oh, no. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
And what was it? A month later, the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
And I was, still consuming content. I was consuming content. And so in August, when I realized that we were going to get through it, we were going to get on the other side of it, I called that videographer back and I said, hey, I'm ready to get started. And he's like, so talk to me a little bit about your vision. And I told him, and he's like, you do understand you can shoot this from your phone. I'm like, yeah, but that's not really my brand. I want to try it like this. And so I found him on Instagram. I met with him and he goes, well, how many videos do you want to do? I said, well, how many videos do you think I can do? And he goes, well, it just depends on how good you are on video. I said, well, I'm great on video.
Were you that girl that I argued with? I know you are, but what am I? I know you are. But what am I?
And I said, well, how many? And I found him because he had shot a video for this other girl, this other real estate agent.
Yeah.
And I said, well, how many can she shoot? He goes, well, she can shoot like 12 in a day. I'm like, well, I could definitely do 12 in a day. No problem. Let's plan for 12.
Yeah.
He's like, okay. He gives me the price. I'm like, I don't like that price. He's like, well, how much do you want to pay? I said, well, this is how much I want to pay. He goes, if you'll sign a 6-month contract, I'll do it at that price. I said, send over the paperwork.
Right.
5 minutes later, I sent it back.
Right.
And he was in shock. We scheduled our first meeting. I had 122 followers in October of 2020.
So wait, you went from August to October before you actually, we're talking like October 2020.
Correct.
A year and a month
Last
ago
year,
or whatever.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this is bonkers. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had 122 followers from my,
Yes, I know.
what's your name?
Yes.
And I posted my first video October of 2020. And then today, it's history.
Now
Okay,
you're
so
doing
how many-
TikTok dances.
Right.
Yeah.
How many
We're not much
followers
of the-
now?
We're not much of the dancers.
No, but I did my little trending yesterday.
Yes.
Oh yeah. With
Yes.
Twice.
Right.
I know. Oh my God.
Yes. Okay. So how many followers now?
481,000.
And I know because you're competitive and you pay attention, can you track revenue to TikTok?
208,000.
Okay, so 208,000, right? So minus the cost of video and the day and the yada, yada, yada. Have there been any other benefits for the three of you to this?
I'll go the other side. I mean, I've sent out and received over 145 referrals.
Say that again?
145 referrals over the last 12
you're,
months.
But you're in Delaware. Aren't the
Yep.
people just saying, hey, I want to move to Delaware because of you, just because you're so much fun and you have flamethrowers?
It actually, that does happen occasionally, but more it's like what happens with you. Like, hey, I want to buy a home in Michigan.
Yeah.
Do you know anyone in Michigan? You know, I've sent ones to Australia. I've even sent one to Italy. Like, and they do referrals a little differently there. But I said, hey, just Google it, you know, if it's out of country. But obviously the Tom Ferry ecosystem, I can trust all these other agents and I know they're going to get a great experience.
Yep.
So especially on the elite level. So it's been kind of easy. It's just been about growing relationships, gaining the trust, and then occasionally throwing the hook of I'm a realtor. It usually pops off very quickly.
Right.
Sorry, I had it on mute. Anyway, I want to kind of hone in a little bit on Glennda Baker. I know that she's probably the most relatable to most of you. So let me just go over a few of the high points that she talked about. First of all, she decided because her coach told her she had to do video. That was it. Okay. She believed. So you got to believe that you have to do it. I know a lot of you probably are hesitating, but there's got to be something inside of you that says, you know, if people keep telling me that we have to do it, that I probably have to do it. But then fear sets in. And so when fear sets in, you just don't do it. But you have to get with it and just try it. And so let's just talk about Glennda for a second. Glennda, I guess it was right. What'd you say? She started thinking about it in 2020. And then when COVID hit, she pulled back, but she consumed content during that period. So then in August, she decided, okay, I'm going to do it. And she found a videographer, right? She had consumed content. Then she negotiated a price with a videographer that she found on Instagram. And so she started saying, well, what do you think I should do? And he said, well, there's someone who does 12 videos a day. She says, I can do 12 videos a day. Now, what that means is that she was going to take a Sunday, let's say, or one of the days that she didn't have clients, and she was going to just go through and do 30-second to 1-minute videos. Now, that doesn't take that long. And that's not the issue. The issue is, what are you going to talk about? So there's a content jar you should create, and I talked about this before. If you get an idea, if somebody asks you a question, write it down and then put it in your content jar. And over time, you are going to get a lot of content because people have questions about real estate all the time. If you do an inspection and it worked, and your buyers had questions, or your sellers had questions, those are things that the consumers out there are burning to know the answers to, but they don't even know what questions to ask. And that's sounds funny, but that's the way it works. So you've got to figure out how to capture their attention, and that's by saying, hey, do you know what an inspection is when you do a real estate transaction, and how important it is? Whatever your pitch is, you've got to hook them. And you've got to hook them best with, my client just asked me this question about inspections. Okay, fine. And now you've softened it, and you're not like preaching to them. You're saying, hey, I had a true experience, and here's what my client asked me. So you have to figure those things out. It comes first with consuming other people's content, being aware of when there's a question. I mean, people talk to us all the time, and we don't always realize, oh, that's a question. That's a good question. I can put that in my content jar. So that's what you have to start doing. And so then she did that. And then she found a videographer that she negotiated a price on. He said, we can do 12. You should do 12 a day. So she did 12 a day. And she started in October of 2020. Now, this video that we just watched was probably done within the last 30 days. So let's say, October 2020, let's say 14 months. So she took a day a month and did 11 videos every day. And so she's got 154 videos in her inventory. So now it's just a matter of her videographer editing it, posting it in all the places it needs to be posted properly. And now she went from, what'd she say? Oh my gosh. She had 122 people following her. Now she has 480,000. That's in 14 months. So obviously she found her sweet spot. And then, and along the way, she decided to wear, her star sweater and be the star of her show, whatever. You're going to the stars, her mother used to tell her. And so she used that as her icon. So anyway, you need to find something about you and your style that is iconic. Next, Zach Foust. He's amazing. He just kind of fell into it. And when he did, it started working. And so he decided that he was going to take a different approach. Now, he lives in Delaware, and he thought, well, I know that, lots of people are moving all over the country, here, there, everywhere. I'm going to become the referral guru. So he started telling people, hey, if you're moving to Arizona, I have a great agent for you. I mean, basically that's his stick, and it's working for him. And he's done 145 referrals, and and I don't know how long he's been doing it, but I don't think he's been doing it that much longer than Glenda. But I have to go back and review the video, or if you watch it again, pay attention to how long it took. 145 referrals. Do you know how much marketing you don't have to do, and how many people you don't have to take out, and how many, listing presentations you don't have to go on? I think that's a brilliant idea. So anyway, getting back to Glenda, she has analyzed and kept great analytics on her increased business. She's increased her business just from those videos, $208,000 in 14 months. Wow. You can do this. Just because they're doing it, there's what do? We sell 5 million homes a year, right? And there's only 1.5 million of us. Believe me, there's enough room for you all to create your own style, do your own thing, and get out and start doing video. And like I said, I'm reading this book to work on a formula to make it easy for you so that you don't fail, or at least that you're fail-proof as much as possible, right? This book is incredible. And the more I read it, it's like, oh my gosh, I just like to read you the whole book. But I'm trying to take the good things out of it and create a PowerPoint for you, or a little booklet. Maybe I'll create a little booklet for you, real estate agents, on how not to waste your time, because there is some science to this. There is a formula to this. And first of all, go out there and start consuming content. Look at TikTok, look at Facebook, look at Instagram, look at Reels, look at stories, look at all these things, and just consume yourself in it. Take an hour a day for the next 2, 3, 4 weeks, and figure it out. Say, oh, it's not that difficult. I mean, if you start watching Glennda Baker, anybody can do Glennda Baker. If you watch her on TikTok, and I've showed you some of her videos, she just created a style of, and you can do that. Anyway, that's it for today. We are having a class on Monday, and the class is on agency, and it's on the duties owed. And it's not just the duties owed. I think this class, I'm going to maybe rename it when I go to the sign-up sheet, because it's all about how to be compliant, and how to make your buyers and sellers realize that you are protecting their best interests. So this isn't just about 1, 3, and 6. This is about you protecting your client's interest. And do you need CE credits? Do you know Jimmy Dag? Are you interested in getting better at what you do? Then sign up for the class. I love you all. I have a guest tomorrow. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl. We're going to talk about some new loan programs. And it's Friday. Thank goodness. Love you all. Bye. Thanks for joining me today.